Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, let's get this stream started. Hey guys, Rich here with Brotherhood Reviews, and we're back with another chapter read through. 1087. We're back after the month hiatus. Oda seemed to make a full recovery, and we get the chapter. As usual, I'll read through the chapter, give my thoughts on the chapter, and then we will be watching some theories and other people's videos and opinions on this chapter. So without further ado, let's get into it. I know, like, I scheduled it wrong. I put it as 12 a.m. when I meant to be like p.m. but I started it at 10 anyways. So like I said, like I always say, like my streams are going to be random as well. So until I can have a set schedule to be able to do this. But like I said, without further ado, let's break down this chapter and see what Oda is bringing us. If you watched my spoilers, you could see that we already know that it's all going to be about Hachinosu, battleship bags, Capybara, Ace. Oh, actually, what am I doing? I forgot to do something. So I don't get distracted. There we go. My bad, guys. We got Ace as the cover photo, feeding some capybara, or lighting a cigar for some capybaras. And is that a bath or a capybara soup? Yeah, bath for some capybara. That's pretty nice. But let's see, the chapter starts. Ship Scrapyard Navy Branch G1 Battleship Bags. You mean like punching bags? Now that you mention it, it does look like their armored hulls have been caved in with punches. Who did this? Okay, so we already know that these battleships are being used as punching bags. Vice Admiral Garp, ever since his youth, he made this part of his daily routine. He's still doing it. What about the second one? Oh, that's Aokiji's handiwork. The former admiral was Garp's protege. The rules were no hockey or devil fruit abilities allowed while working on the battleship bags. Okay, so he was building Aokiji's strength by having him punch battleships with his bare hands without using hockey or his devil fruit, which was obviously strengthening his body and mind. Just goes to show that no one's born a hero. It's a strength you have to earn. That's actually a good quote right there. It's a strength you have to earn being a hero. You can't just be born a hero, you have to earn it. Like Hachinosu, the pirate island, New World. Who's that? He sent San Juan Wolf flying Garp's scary. We gotta pull him up quick. He'll drown. But how? So this is the legendary hero, heavy drinker, and healthy fire, hearth fire, hearth fire. I don't know. So he's pretty much spitting a fireball at him. It's pretty cool. We get the drink fruit, or whatever it's called, the trunk fruit. We see a couple abilities from, well, an ability from that. And it seems powerful, but Garp isn't phased. Pirate jacket, oh, lantern, oh, hot stoop. Stop. Oh wow, hot, stop. You bastard, are you trying to destroy Pirate Island? Garp? Ha 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 ha. That's hilarious. Everybody but Garp is like getting burned, I believe. If the town burns down, Captain Teach will kill us. He'll totally outnumbered. He's totally outnumbered and he isn't even flinching. What a terrifying gaze. That's crazy. That's not even terrifying, but like I get if like everybody's attacking you and you're like completely outnumbered and somebody's smiling and gazing at you like they're not worried about it. I'd be a little nervous as well. Come on, Vice Admiral Garp. The wounded and all the rescued slaves are on board. We're setting sail. Hachinosu hang in there. No, Habari hang in there. I said Hachinosu. Habari hang in there. We need to thaw this the frozen people out slowly. Is Captain Kobe okay? You can pull out when you're ready. We're done here. Kobe, Gruss, Helmeppo. It's time to go. Yes, sir. Okay. We see him fighting in the background. Is that Kobe? And that must be Gruss. Where's Helmeppo at though? Oh, Helmeppo's right over here. Yes, sir. Hachinosu lives up to its reputation. There's no end to all these pirates. Like I said, I can't just let you leave, Garp-san. Okay, this is where we get into the real meat and potatoes. I should have gone with the others. We're doomed. Hey, Garp-san. Am I also the future of the Marines? You still want to go, Kuzan? It just straight ignored him. My son Prince is he's so upset still about the fact that Garp said like 20 chapters ago, Kobe's the future of the Marines. So he is so butthurt. He is still like, yo, am I the future as well? Like, can I contribute? Am I gonna contribute? Oh god. We can't underestimate the Titanic captains. And Kobe's like huffing and puffing, like, you know what I'm saying? Listen up, you three. Head straight to the coast and you'll be fine. Don't die on me, you hear? Yes, sir. Yo, bro, no. Like, if Garp is going to allow himself to get captured so they can escape is like crazy, because that could fall in line to all the theories about people saying Garp is gonna die before like the end, like the One Piece is found, which would be so upsetting, because I would want him to die like in the final battle, like helping out everybody. Like I feel like it would be more impactful with him, but because of him and Roger's relationship, I feel like it would be way more impactful than just it just being him dying like this. Well, I'm not saying this is bad because he did save Kobe and everybody that used to be residents of Hajinosu and was under Blackbeard's captivity. So there's that, but I don't know. Someone help. Ah. Oh no, they still have a hostage? I'm coming. We almost left you behind. Kobe, you idiot, it's a trap. Of course, it's always the ones who want everybody to be saved that gets tricked like this. Kobe is so naive, but like, I love that still falls within his character. I was like, oh damn, we forgot one. Like, oof. Oh god. Nah, Shiryu got him. Shiryu got him. But it seems like he stepped in front of it because he was gonna stab Kobe. That's what it looked like. What? Oh yeah, Garp's about to knock off. Eat this. Oh god. Shiryu, fuck. That punk from him fell down. Whoa. He was invisible. It's Shiryu-san. He stabbed Iron Garp. He's been weakened. Yeah. Garp-san, this is nothing. Go to the ship. But it's my fault. You were protecting me. Don't flatter yourself, Kobe. I was in his sights the whole time. That's nuts. Don't let this moment have your faith falter right now, Kobe. He wanted to kill me, that he was aiming for me the whole time. I'm the problem, not you. Get to the ship. That's gangster right there. Like, alright. Garp is vulnerable. We might be able to take him out now. Killing him is an instant ticket to wealth and glory. Get him. That's a fact. He is the hero of the Marines. Oh, hey, wait. Oh yeah. What is he, a 3-star? Or he's got a 3-crown bounty on this bounty the same as an admiral. That's around 3 billion berries. Out of the way, smell small fry. You guys wouldn't stand a chance even if we bound both his arms and legs. Ice glove. Oh gosh, that's crazy. That's totally disrespect. That's telling fodder. Like, bro, you're just placeholders, people. Like, go sit down. You know, you're supposed to just die in the line of fire. Okay, now we're getting into the little backstory. I love it when we see like younger versions of Garp and stuff. It like really puts things in perspective. And I wonder, like, he already had the scar at this age, so like I wonder when he actually got it. Take you on as a disciple. I like my freedom, thanks. Excuse me. Training somebody is too much work for Garp. And then he ends up being the Navy's training officer or whatever. Okay, go learn from one of the Navy's instructors. They've taught me all they can. I'm ready for the next level. Make me your disciple. Get lost. Sounds like the young Garp. You remember no hockey. This is training. I couldn't use it even if I wanted to. Ouch. Okay, this was before Aokiji could even use hockey, which is very, very interesting. You know, you would think that Rokushiki is like the precursor to it, and that like most upper Navy guys would probably learn it once they hit a certain level. But anyways, bam, pow, bam. My son became a revolutionary. Damn it, thud, huh? Bam, bam. And now my grandson says he's gonna be a pirate. I won't stand for it. Why are you telling me? Kuzan, let's go get a bite to eat. I'm an admiral now, remember? I'm busy. Some tea then. Come on. You have a habit of raising enemies. Where though I'm boneheaded. My boneheaded pupil. We're through. That's crazy. That's true. If you really think about it. Oh, now this clash is dope. I'm not even gonna lie. A burst of hockey. Vice Admiral Garp. Kobe yells. They both go flying back. Nah. You bastard. You're not getting away. This is Hachinosu. You shouldn't have poked the pirate. You shouldn't have poked the pirate hive. You didn't want to get swarmed. This is funny, but it's just like one of those. That's like just that's like a corny bailout joke or whatever. But I still think it's funny. Yeah. Okay. The last page is a double page spread. Pant Habari. Where's Kobe senpai? I'm sorry. All I did was get in the way. They'll be right behind us. I'm just glad you're safe. What happened? But what the heck is that? What you see is the papers, is Blackbeard this and Blackbeard that. It's high time we got a crack at the spotlight. Tomorrow's headlines are gonna read Vice Admiral Garp and his squad of rising stars failed to rescue the hero Captain Kobe. Wow. Avolo Peroza, fourth captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, used his awesome new power to crush their foolish plan. Wait, what? New power? So that means he didn't have this power before. That's what that means. He did not have this power before. Which is very interesting. Don't use your... Oh, wait, no. And I gotta read this. No, don't do it, please. They are innocent civilians on board. Kobe, don't lose your head. Justice will prevail. And let's see some of these colored pages. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, this last color page, double page color spread, amazing. I don't know what else to say about it, but this is so open-ended because like the island fruit is like something that we haven't even encountered, and this could be just his normal power. This could be an awakening form of it where he can like control the whole island. Maybe he can only control certain parts of it regularly, like, and then him doing like manifesting hands out of the whole island could be an awakening an awakening form. Who knows? But this is very interesting, and you know, Garp's ship looks like it's like literally about to get destroyed. So you know, it was a perfect place to actually end it. So I don't know. Let's go back over like look at this punch. Like this is going, like when they animate this punch, it is going to probably be one of the most craziest moments in One Piece, like for flashbacks. I mean, not like for the series in general, just for flashback purposes, because of the simple fact that like they're gonna show us this mini flashback of pretty much Kuzan begging Garp to be his disciple, and then Garp actually caving, and then them getting to this point where Garp is opening up to him, to like Kuzan realizing that all of the people he's raised actually turned into the enemy. So maybe he's saying we're through, but maybe this is the point of Garp the whole time. He instills values in people that, and they pursue the dream he can never do himself. Well, am I spitting right now? Well, yeah, nah, this. I feel like this is probably one of the most interesting and like layered backstories we've ever seen, because it's only literally a panel and a half. Like, not even like it's only like one panel. Not panel, it's only like one page. So it's like not even nothing crazy, but it tells a lot of just like it reinsures Garp's personality and all that. It's just very interesting to see like the fact that he uses battleships as punching bags, no hockey. The fact that when he was training Kuzan specifically said he couldn't use hockey even if he wanted to. So maybe Garp was one of the reasons that brought the hockey out of Kuzan, gave him an actual purpose. Oh yeah, the stabbing of Garp is nuts, because at first it, like in the spoilers, at least the ones that I read, it didn't make it seem like he was protecting Kobe and stop it and getting stabbed. It seemed like Shiryu was like meaning to stab him, but he said like, yeah, nah, this was meant for me. Get out of here, Kobe. Like, why aren't you guys at the coast yet? Like, I told you to run. So it's like one of those situations where it's like, I already told y'all, like, I can handle this. Y'all need to go. And everybody's trying to attack me because you guys aren't supposed to be here right now because I told you to leave. So this moment right here is like a very impactful moment as well. Oh yeah, and Kobe's still being naive and expecting like that to actually be a damsel. Like, after this long, you know what I mean, they've been fighting for a while now. At this point, he should have realized that everybody's, especially after getting radioed, everybody's on the boat. Overall, this was a great chapter. A lot of information was given to us. I feel like it gives us a lot more discussion about Garp and Kuzan's relationship, and I feel like they kind of did a better way of explaining the way the marine bounties are are structured. So like each crown would be like a billion berries. So since Garp has 3, he's 3 billion berries. So that's pretty interesting. Um, that's all my thoughts. You know, there's any, you know, there's still not nobody really in the chat. So no, especially nobody talking. So let's just move on to the next part of us watching some YouTube videos. We're gonna probably do this for a little bit until, you know, people start coming, or, you know, I get tired and actually have plans today, if, as long as it doesn't start raining again. But we are going to put the headphones on and we are going to do this. And normally I would probably look, Tekking is doing a live stream right now. Hopefully some of y'all see my live stream and pull up. But let's see what is going on. That's some One Piece. Now I saw something. Oh, let's see this Mihawk theory. And who is this by? Hidden Island. Actually,
created away clothing in 2018.
I've been wanting.
And one of the things I really appreciated with
I believe that Dracula Mihawk was originally a member of the Red Hair Pirates. Maybe even the original first mate up until Mihawk's end.
I've been wanting to watch more Hidden Island stuff. I've been seeing him talk with Harvision, Randy Troy, and the rest of the guys. So I've been really enjoying the things he's been saying about like his theories and stuff. So I've been wanting to check him out. So I'm actually thinking about doing like theory days and picking a specific theory creator and just going through some of their best theories. So yeah, let me know if that sounds like something you guys like.
Ambition drove a wedge in their friendship and catalyzed a duel that would be felt the world over. My name's Hidden, and a year ago I made a video talking about this exact idea. And today, lovely internet people, I'm going to do it again. Welcome once again to the Hidden Island, and this is my final take on Dracula Mihawk.
Whoever you got to do this, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This intro shit is fire. Fire.
Man, oh man. Who doesn't love a good rivalry? Goku and Vegeta, Naruto and Sasuke, Sakuragi and Rukawa, Musashi and Kojiro, Onision and Chris Hansen. The list goes on and on. Whether it's the classic optimistic protag and his best friend with an attitude, or two uncontested badasses who have finally met their match, rivalries are a core part of any shonen manga. They drive the plot forward, give characters motivation, and force the reader to pick a team. Competition is a really good way to make a plot interesting very quickly. It's the reason tournament arcs are a staple of the genre, and rivals create this competition in spades because oftentimes they're also paired with an emotional investment, which then vicariously transfers over to us, the reader. In other words, it's a tried and true formula for some primo shit. And so I want to take the opportunity today to theorize about and highlight one of the most important rivalries in One Piece, a tumultuous past that has very likely laid the foundation on which our number 1 and 2 Straw Hats currently stand, changing the trajectory of their lives forever. I'm talking about Red Hair Shanks and Hawkeye Mihawk. The question of the day is, what happened between these two? They used to be such good frenemies, such wasted potential for anime violence. At one point, they famously dueled each other, but we've never been told the outcome. What led up to their duel in the first place, and why is Mihawk dodging the rematch so hard? Why is he a pirate without a ship, a crew, or a Jolly Roger? Why has he spent all these years sitting around reading newspapers, and why has Shanks spent the last 10 years...
When did this come out? 3 months ago. 3 months ago. Was that before or after we found out he was the Marine killer, pretty much? Because I'm loving where he's going with it so far, especially with him thinking that he was on Shanks's crew at first, which is a great like point. I think I've heard people mention something like that, but not really ever really going in detail over how it would have been possible. So I can't wait to finish his thought, for him to finish his thought on this. But with us finding out that he was considered the Marine killer or the Marine hunter, I would doubt that Shanks would allow that from a crewmate.
Bar hopping. What actually happened?
Allow that and him still be chummy with the Marines and being able to walk into the girl, say if that man was allegedly him and not a twin. Okay.
Happened between these two, and what are we missing? Well, apparently they used to be great rivals, but not anymore. Mihawk claims that Shanks' missing arm is the reason he's lost interest in dueling him. On the surface, this appears to imply that Shanks can't fight at his full strength anymore, and thus he's no longer a worthy rival. Today I'm going to explain why that's not the case, and why Shanks sacrificing his arm actually means something else entirely. Mihawk can see through this shit, guys. If he couldn't take his arm, no one else could. The rest of the world seems to fear him even more now that the arm is gone. See, it doesn't mean that he's become weaker and can't compete. No. I think it's the opposite. I think the giving of the arm means that he's found a greater rival than Mihawk. Not to speak to his strength, I just don't think Mihawk is after the One Piece. He, presumably, like Zoro, wanted to be the greatest swordsman. That mission's been accomplished for quite a while, and he hasn't gone looking. Shanks, however, presumably wants to find the One Piece. Mission not yet accomplished. So what if he discovered a new rival, someone who could match his fire and ambition as a pirate, one that reminded him of his former captain and would, in 10 years, grow to surpass him in a race for the greatest treasure in the world. But for this to make the most sense, we need to...
Looking for an easier way to get that LLC next to your business name? Say hello to Taylor Brand. Just go to
to timeline this. Let's rewind back to chapter 1. This is Shanks. Shanks is a very powerful pirate. At this point in the timeline, he's famous, but not an emperor yet. He has a straw hat and 2 arms, and he has rivals with Dracula Mihawk. This info is going to be important when we have to consider the relationship these two held at the time. We now know when in the timeline Shanks achieved his Yonko status, which was 6 years ago. Chapter 1 takes place 12 years before the present day, meaning 6 years before Shanks became an emperor. Film Red also gave us a canon bit of information where it's revealed that 12 years ago, the Shanks we see in chapter 1 at the time had a bounty of 1,040,000,000 berries. And we know that Mihawk stopped being Shanks' rival at this point in his career because it's just after this point that Shanks loses his arm. Why is all this important? Let me answer that question with another question. When did Mihawk become the world's greatest swordsman? Was it before this point? This info leads me to believe the answer is no. When he and Shanks were rivals, Mihawk had not yet become the strongest, and Shanks' bounty and reputation at the time is the biggest reason I believe this. Rivals tend to parallel each other in their growth. That's how they're written in fiction typically, or at least in One Piece. Roger and Whitebeard had comparable notoriety, so does Luffy and Kid and Law. They all have the same bounty right now in the story. And with these two, their duels gain notoriety within the pirate world, grabbing the attention of even Whitebeard, who spends half of his introduction talking shit about the younger generation. Even this guy was impressed. In other words, this was not Zoro at Baratier. This duel did not sound like a one-sided affair. They wouldn't be considered rivals if Mihawk was already the definitive strongest in the world and was whooping Shanks' ass or something. But if we are to assume that he's the best already by this point, then we also have to...
That is actually a great point. And also he forgets to mention that like he really only really said that he's not a threat because even though he is proficient with both hands, he lost his dominant hand. So that's what the thing is too with sword fighting and competing on that type of a level. Yeah, you could still be proficient and probably compete nearly to your fullest potential with your other hand, but there's always going to be that difference when you lose the ability to use your dominant hand. Like it's just different.
To acknowledge that his opponent and his so-called rival was an up-and-comer with only a Yonko commander level bounty. And sure, bounties aren't the most accurate measure of strength or whatever, but if the world's strongest swordsman was being given
I do not use bounties as like a parallel to strength, only because like it's not only about that. It's influence and knowledge, like in how much of a threat you are to the world government. I feel like that's the main issue. Like Kaido had such a big bounty because he was strong, but also he wanted to cause war and chaos throughout everywhere. Like that, he's a huge threat to the population at hand. And that's another reason like why I say it has to be more. It's just be more than that, because it can't just be it can't just be like strength, because it just doesn't make sense.
By a pirate with a measly 1 billion berry bounty, then this story would have very different connotations. Dueling with the world's strongest before becoming an emperor and walking away from it alive? If anything, that would call the legitimacy of Mihawk's title into question. Are we truly suggesting this guy reached the top 2 decades ago and never progressed beyond that point? Never improved in the last 12 years? What would that say about Zoro? If this is the case, then Zoro should already be at the level necessary to challenge the title himself. What seems more likely is that at some point between the beginning of the story and the present day, after his rivalry with Shanks came to an end, after Shanks lost the arm, Mihawk earned the title of the world's strongest swordsman, much like how Shanks earned his own title as Emperor of the Sea. More specifically, I believe that when Shanks and Mihawk were rivals, they were competing with each other as swordsmen for the same title. However, this changed when Shanks lost his arm. So then the burning question is, why did a guy this powerful give up his sword arm, one of his most important assets? Well, I think this was his way of pulling himself out of the running, because from then on, Shanks pretty much disappeared into the shadows of the world. He didn't go after the One Piece, and he's been doing nothing really besides hanging around his territory, waiting all this time for Luffy to fulfill his promise and catch up to his crew's level. Only after which, he would then begin to search for the One Piece. I believe the day Shanks gave Luffy the Straw Hat, the day he gave him his arm, something Mihawk couldn't even claim from him, he put his dreams on hold. He stopped all his ambition as a pirate and began a sort of hibernation that would last until Luffy fulfilled his end of the bargain. And so, for the next 12 years, Shanks wouldn't seek the One Piece and patiently awaited his new rival to meet him on the high seas and challenge him to the title of Pirate King. Maybe Mihawk recognized what this symbolized and thus stopped dueling with him, and Shanks conceded their rivalry because now he had his sights set somewhere else. I believe it was in this 12-year span, this gap in his career, that Tony Hawk became the best in the world. I would be surprised if this was a title that was awarded to him by the world government once he became a warlord, or maybe even the inverse. He was offered a warlord position once he achieved the title, but I don't think he did this before 12 years ago. As we learned recently, there must have been a period of time when he wasn't known as the strongest swordsman, but instead known as Marine Hunter. He famously held an anti-marine epithet.
Okay, yeah, so this came out after that.
At some point did a 180 and allied with the Marines. I'd imagine they wouldn't continue calling him Marine Hunter if he was working as a warlord, kind of fostering a toxic work environment there. So what if around the same time his title was changed from Marine Hunter to just Hawkeyes, or World's Strongest Swordsman? Something to think about. Here's another way to look at it. The youngest Mihawk we see is at at Roger's execution, 19 years old. I think we can safely assume that in a world full of all these other insane swordsmen, Odin and a prime Rayleigh included, Mihawk was certainly not the best as a teenager. Shanks set out and formed his pirate crew only 2 years after this, at 17 years old, the same age as Luffy was. At this point, Mihawk would have been 21. Once again, it's possible that he already achieved the title at this young of an age, but there's so much S-tier competition out there still, left over from Roger's generation that stacked the odds against him. This is also a whole 10 years before Shanks had a billion berry bounty. So this means the two of them had to have at least one close duel with each other over the years prior to even this happening, when Shanks didn't even have his first billion. It's safe to say that these two guys fighting at a sub 1 billion elo.
The way he just broke down the timeline of how they could have met it was nuts. Very impressive and very believable. Like, yeah, they could have had a fight like right after Roger's execution, like, you know, weeks or months, you know what I mean, whatever. But still, like, that could have. It was an inspirational moment for a lot of people.
Probably not the best in the world. Once again, it was after Shanks lost the arm, after their rivalry ended, once they both matured and went their separate ways, that both Mihawk and Shanks acquired their respective titles, at least in my opinion. At the beginning of this video, I talked about how rivalries are great catalysts of change, but in this case, some of the biggest changes in the lives of these two characters happened after their rivalry ended. Why is that? Well, without competition, you have no one standing in the way between you and the top. Shanks loses an arm and waits around for Luffy, pulling himself out of the running for strongest swordsman. Mihawk becomes a warlord of the sea, no longer a pirate, effectively pulling himself out of the race for the One Piece. Without any competition from each other, they both move to the top of their respective ladders. Shanks parties all day, Mihawk is bored all day, and they both wait around until someone else finally comes along worthy enough to challenge them. So I think their initial rivalry with each other was only the setup for something more important, the cultivation of the next generation, and their second rivalry with their future successors. Shanks directly competing with Luffy for the One Piece is the culmination of Luffy's entire journey so far, the ultimate answer to the setup given in chapter 1. It's Shanks' entire purpose, the entire reason he put his life on hold for 10 years, at least as far as we can tell. Luffy is the man Roger was waiting for, and Shanks would be the one to see him truly come into form. Likewise, Mihawk's eventual fight with Zoro is not only the peak of Zoro's adventure, but Mihawk's as well. His journey to the top was likely an
like 6 people in here. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it.
Challenge became handicapped and took himself out of the game. Mihawk became the strongest without truly defeating everyone who stood in his way, and he sat at the top uncontested for years with no one left to light the fire of competition in his heart. No wonder the guy seems so bitter. Zoro is the answer to that boredom. Instead of defeating yet another wannabe swordsman, Mihawk saw the potential within him and transformed Zoro into the ultimate opponent. Put simply, Shanks and Mihawk were rivals before the story of One Piece began. After it began, this relationship ended, they both reached the top of their respective ladders and spent many years just sitting around killing time. Since Luffy and Zoro's adventures have started, they have each climbed those very same ladders and are now closing in on the top. Thus, Shanks' rival has shifted from Mihawk to Luffy, and Mihawk's rival has shifted from Shanks to Zoro. In surpassing Shanks and finding the One Piece, Luffy will have completed his character arc as established in Chapter 1, and by defeating Mihawk in a rematch for the title of World's Strongest Swordsman, Zoro will left eye. Both have heavy associations with the color red, and both was the Kaigun Gari, while Zoro was the Kaizoku Gari. Mihawk went from hunting marines to fighting alongside them, like how Zoro went from hunting pirates to makes him the same tier of
the parallels between them. I didn't need to hear that. I just need to know
pirate is Shanks, even if it's not entitled.
About the
already, there's a lot of comparing we can do between these two. So with all these connections, a fun idea.
Because he made a claim of
a little over a year ago, a theory about the true nature of Mihawk and Shanks' history and prior relationship. A theory that attempted to answer the question of why Mihawk seemed to lack a crew, a ship, and a Jolly Roger of his own. The answer, I believed, was simple. Mihawk was never the captain of his own crew, but instead was part of someone else's, that before he became a warlord, Dracula Mihawk was part of the Red Hair Pirates. This theory in my video faced some objections back then, so I'm going to use this opportunity with all this context established to re-explain why my opinion on this theory has not changed. It goes something like this. Once upon a time, Marine Hunter Mihawk became a part of the Red Hair Pirates. Although Shanks had his own goals, Mihawk had the ambition of becoming the world's greatest swordsman, much like Zoro does today. Mihawk and his captain did not agree on a lot of things, eventually creating a rift between himself and the Red Hair crew. Little by little, Mihawk becomes inclined to leave. Eventually, he becomes such a good swordsman that not many people stood in the way between him and the top. But Shanks, his captain, was also a swordsman, a sword main, if you will. And so Mihawk's very own captain was the only person left in the way of his goal. And when faced with the choice of either his own ambition or his captain's, in an opposite fashion to Zoro, he chose his own. Mihawk and Shanks have a famous duel, one tragically between captain and first mate, that is spoken of across the sea. We do not know who wins, but Mihawk leaves the Red Hair Pirates and now crewless takes up an invitation to join the Seven Warlords, guaranteeing his protection from the law as a lone pirate and giving him an excuse to fight all the other swordsmen out there as a warlord in the singular pursuit of his goal. And why not trust him? He just fought his own captain. Shanks meets Luffy, gives him the hat, and 10 years later, Luffy and Zoro run into Mihawk at Baratier, introducing us to his character for the very first time. With that established, these are the most common objections I've received in response to this idea. There's no way Mihawk would be subordinate to Shanks. He's older than him and was more famous than him back then. Shanks became famous by fighting Mihawk, not the other way around. This is one of the most common objections, and I'm not sure why. The first half doesn't really matter, and the second half is just flat out fanfiction. Zoro is older than Luffy. Ben Beckman is way older than Shanks. Rayleigh was even a year older than Roger. If anything, the precedent set supports the age gap here. There's no rule that says older pirates don't answer to younger pirates. Almost every single person on Luffy's crew is older than Luffy.
I was about to agree with that as well. Like, a lot of older people follow younger people in this.
What about fame? Well, Jinbei was famous for decades before he met Luffy. He was the captain of his very own crew at one point. And wasn't Zoro already famous before Luffy met him? He heard about Zoro in passing before they met. In fact, if it weren't for his fame as the pirate hunter, Luffy probably wouldn't have stumbled into him in the first place. I wouldn't be surprised if Mihawk's fame as the marine hunter had similar results. Mihawk doesn't trust people. He's a lone wolf. He doesn't need a crew. Well, first off, that's just not true, or at least incredibly unlikely. Mihawk has to have been part of or captain of a crew at some point. You're telling me this guy booked it across the Grand Line solo since he was a kid with no crew at all? That would probably make him the all-time greatest pirate. Not even Gold D. Roger or Whitebeard or Rocks or Luffy or any of the other greats could do that. None. A big lesson of the story is teamwork makes the dream work. The Grand Line is serious business, and until Mihawk became strong enough to become the best, there's no way he could do it completely alone. And sure, he's a lone wolf now. He doesn't trust people, but that's typically a position you take after learning from experience. If he doesn't trust people, we should be stopping to ask ourselves, why? Who broke his trust? Previous crewmates? Why else does Mihawk seem to be on such a friendly basis with Shanks despite their history? Why was Mihawk completely unfazed by having to fight Whitebeard and his entire fleet, but the moment Shanks arrived at Marineford, he refused to engage? A simple answer would be that he has deep-rooted history with this man. Perhaps he doesn't want to fight his old friend to the death. Some might say no, he was a captain himself. Well, if so, what happened to the rest? Who was his first mate or his doctor, and so on? Why haven't we seen those characters? Wouldn't it make more sense to make him a part of an existing crew of people we already know, instead of suddenly establishing brand new crewmates without any mention of them anywhere prior in the story? Would explain his lack of a Jolly Roger, would explain his lack of a ship and crewmates too, because they never existed. Maybe the simpler answer is better here. Ben Beckman is already Shanks' first mate. That's fair. The interesting thing is, though, Luffy and Zoro met first, and Roger and Rayleigh met first. Those two pairings formed the starting core members of their respective crews. But although Beckman is the first mate, Shanks' first crewmate didn't seem to be Beckman. It was Yasopp. But Yasopp isn't the number 2 of their group, so this first mate position was not as clearly locked in with Shanks as it was with Luffy and Roger. We never actually see the moment these two met. Does this imply that Beckman came around later? We see most of Shanks' current crew in chapter 1, but there's a 10-year gap between when we meet his
I didn't know Yasop was his first crewmate. Maybe I did, but it's pretty cool information.
They were first formed. A lot can happen in 10 years. That's a lot of time for a crewmate to potentially leave and for the crew dynamics to change. But we'll talk more about Beckman in a bit. Anyway, you guys get the picture. There's a ton of reasons I believe this is what happened, not including all the similarities and parallels and the rivalry stuff that I lived.
If you work in IT, you need Terra, an all-in-one remote monitoring and management solution to run your
listed out before. Believe it or not, there's a lot more, so let's work from the outside in. Mihawk, like I said before, has some heavy visual carryovers from the villain of monsters, Cyrano. Cyrano used a horn to call upon the power of a giant red dragon for his dirty work, which Ryuma would later kill. If we can trace his inspirations to Mihawk, and if Mihawk were at one point the right hand to Shanks, then what a coincidence that the figurehead of their ship is a red dragon. This would have a double meaning if the Figarland family mentioned in Film Red are celestial dragons, meaning Mihawk's former captain was a red-haired celestial dragon. Another thing to point to, since we're talking about his ship, is its inspiration. Shanks is now officially confirmed to have deep ties with Elbaf, meaning that the Red Force is most certainly inspired by the Nordic Drakkar ships from the real-world Viking Age. So what else in Nordic society does Shanks pull from? One thing the Vikings were very famous for is falconry, the act of training birds of prey such as falcons, hawks, and ravens to hunt small animals. Ravens don't listen to humans very well, but hawks and falcons do, making them the most common to train. The Vikings were largely responsible for the popularization and spread of this practice in Europe. It was core to their culture. They believed a giant divine eagle was perched atop the world tree, and their chief god, Odin, was said to have ravens as pets. Training birds were a very real part of Viking society, and one of the most prized and expensive possessions one could own back then was a hunting falcon. Now this is where it gets a bit crazy. Falconers usually use their non-dominant arm to hold their birds. Their main hand needs to be reserved for the important stuff like their weapon or their horse's reins, so their hawks would typically perch on the offhand. Well, Shanks was originally a lefty and had to switch to using his right when he lost his arm. See where this is going? If Shanks is left-handed, then his right arm would be his falconry arm, meaning the right arm is the arm on which his bird sits. And so we have Mihawk, Shanks's right-hand man. Eventually leaves the crew and begins a rivalry and all that. Mihawk
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
presumably wanted to best Shanks in a test of swordsmanship, but then, Shanks sacrifices his left arm, his sword arm, for Luffy's sake. Now that he only has one arm and the rivalry has ended, his falconry arm has become his sword arm, and coincidentally, Mihawk uses this arm as his reason for ending their rivalry. While we're on swords, let's talk about Shanks' sword. A character's sword can speak a lot to their nature. In receiving Enma, Zoro has come to embody the King of Hell. Roger's sword was named after his own son. Mihawk's sword is just called Knight, which is very fitting for his aesthetic. Friggin' edgelord. And then there's Shanks' sword, Griffin. A griffin is a mythical creature said to be half eagle and half lion. So once again, bird of prey symbolism showing up in his sword's inspiration. But what about the lion half? What kind of reach do I have to make for that one? In Beaver card number 17, Oda said that Shanks' animal resemblance is a lion. Luffy, Shanks' successor, rides around in a ship with a giant lion on the front of it. So if he represents the lion, then maybe Shanks and Mihawk make up the two halves of the metaphorical griffin. A bit of a reach, but you never know. Another supporting detail.
It works though. It may be a reach, but it definitely works. So I'm not even mad at it. Like, not just to take a minute, shout out like all the time and effort he put into this video. Like, shout out to Hidden Island. Like, this is a great video. Like, I don't agree with all the points, but like, you did what really got me on this video is your connections when they were younger, right after Roger's execution. Like, those points you made about how like they were both there, that they both saw him, and that, you know, they had to have run into each other at some point after that, was just like phenomenal. Like, I really believe that they definitely probably met each other right after that and maybe had a discussion or something, and then went on probably later on, a few years later, and then ended up like meeting back
Well,
up,
is the
but
current framework of the
that's
Red Hair
cool.
Pirates. Luffy was inspired by this crew specifically. Out of all the crews in One Piece, if I had to guess a single one that would be the closest in resemblance to the Straw Hat Pirates, I would probably say it's the Red Hair Pirates. But when we match the two crews against each other, we'll find that there's a slight imbalance. Aside from himself, Luffy has 4 main crew members that started this adventure with him: Zoro, Sanji, Nami, and Usopp. Shanks seems to only have 3: Beckman, Lucky Roo, and Yasopp. If hypothetically the two crews were to meet and fight over the One Piece or something, what would the matchups be? The obvious choices are Luffy and Shanks, Zoro and Beckman, Usopp and Yasopp, but what's left is presumably Lucky Roo and Sanji, which is less obvious of a pairing, and Nami is left hanging in the wind. So allow me to suggest a potential set of pairings that makes a lot more sense, keeping this theory in mind. Shanks versus Luffy, Mihawk versus Zoro, Beckman versus Sanji, Roo versus Nami, and Usopp versus Yasopp. The first 2 pairings are obvious, and so is the Yasopp one, but I believe that while Beckman is currently the first mate, he stacks lower on the totem pole than Mihawk here. This makes him the number 3 in this crew battle, and pitting him against Sanji makes a ton more sense to me. Beckman is the resident cool guy of the crew. He's suave, he's a chain smoker, and believe it or not, it was revealed in volume 4 billion that Ben Beckman is in fact a playboy and a womanizer. Imagine for a second how a playboy like Beckman would react to meeting these 2 fucking goddesses over here, and imagine now how angry Sanji would be in response to this. That is a match made in hell, my friends. Not only that, but Ben Beckman is a gunslinger. What a coincidence that in the conceptual stages of One Piece, what looks like an early version of Sanji was also meant to be a gunslinging cowboy type character. And what an even greater coincidence that one of Beckman's most famous moments is pointing a gun at Kizaru, a man themed around the color yellow who can kick really fast, the same dude commonly thought to be Sanji's ultimate matchup in the Marines. Then there's Lucky Roo and Nami, which kind of makes sense. They're both big and round. They're both carryover designs from Romance Dawn. The Lucky moniker could play off of Nami's obsession with money. Plus, in that sense, they're both greedy but in different ways, one with food and the other with berries, which are an unfortunate name for your currency when you're trying to make this specific distinction. Speaking of berries, despite the world government giving Mihawk a higher bounty than his own captain, they didn't give him a higher bounty than Shanks. Shanks is around 4 billion. Mihawk is around 3.5. Assuming the rest of Shanks's crew isn't made up of guys with 3+ billion apiece, I can't imagine any of theirs being as high as Mihawk's. Beckman maybe hits 3 bill or something, but anything beyond there is quite high. We're talking the same number as Luffy, Kid, and Law right now. If I slotted Mihawk in the Red Hair Pirates, I'd feel pretty safe assuming his to be the highest bounty on the crew, second only to Shanks himself. And in this case, the former first mate dynamic still holds up. Anyway, as you can see, if Mihawk were to somehow be reunited in a fight with his old crewmates, the 5v5 dynamic between Luffy's main squad and Shanks's main squad would be ideal. It would truly feel like Luffy living up to the "I'll gather a crew even better than yours" comment. Plus, this would be a perfect situation for Oda to resolve many major plot lines at once. They would all converge here. Luffy and Shanks, Zoro and Mihawk, Usopp and Yasopp would all be reuniting at the same time in the same place. The tension in the air, my friends, will be so fucking palpable, you'll be able to reach in and grab it off the page. And where will this showdown of titans occur? Where else but Elbaf, the land of giants? Pretty fair assumption, especially now. The greater question here is how? Now that the Cross Guild is established,
Alright,
Cruz, Buggy, being a fucking idiot, will almost definitely overplay. Buggy would be a lot more accurate and
let's hear the conclusion, because it's just a thank you. Yeah,
stopping by.
Yeah, no, this was a great video. Not totally convinced, but I see where he's coming from. Enjoying it so far. Let's check out something else. See,
What's happening? What's happening? What? Yo, it's been 5 weeks. I'm not reacting to it like this.
PC's working really hard right now, guys. Forget to like, comment, subscribe. But anyways, see what NBA Law has to say about this. Bravo the Ace. You already know. Always respect his opinion on the chapters. Let's hear him out.
That's what we gonna do, Chichua. All right, let's get to it. One Piece chapter 1087, Battleship Back. How you gonna give me Ace off the rip though?
That's how I felt.
Ace off the rip though.
I definitely felt like that as well.
What's this?
Crazy.
Ace heating up the bathwater over capybara. That's not like most of the community, right? Copy, did this cap. Marine G1 branch coastal ship scrapyard. Battleship bag? Ah, yes, as replacements for sandbags. The ships in the scrapyard were continuously punched by whom? What is going on? By Vice Admiral Garp during his youth. It was his daily routine for many decades, even now. Oh shit. So he used the battleships and he punched them and replaced with sandbags because you can't use regular sandbags if you're Garp. Why are there 2 ships? The other one was for Vice Admiral student, the former Admiral Aokiji. The rule was no hockey or dumb foot abilities while using the battleship bag. Oh shit. No hockey or devil food abilities. So Aokiji was there with Garp. The rule was no hockey or devil food abilities while using the battleship bag. So that's training base.
Yep.
The strength of these heroes was not innate. New World Pirate Island, Hachinosu. Sound on Wolf got blown away. Garp is scary. Hurry up and bring him to the surface. He's gonna suffocate. How? What legendary hero? Shugoropu. Heavy drinker. Hearth fire. This nigga a firebender. If he finds a town like this, Commodore Teach will kill us. It's hot. Stop, you bastard. Are you planning on destroying the pirate island, Garp? Why is he not faltering from our members? He's too scary. Vice Admiral Garp, the captured citizens and the injured Marines have all set out to sea. Get a hold of yourself, Hibari-chan. Carefully defrost all who have been frozen. Is Captain Kobe all right? We can depart anytime. All right, we're done here. Let's go back. Kobe, Cruz, Helmepo. As expected of Hachinosu, the pirates just keep coming. There's no end to them. Where's Kuzan, though? Is Kuzan really done? Did that really? No way. Oh, like I said, I can't let you leave, Garp-san. Yikes. I should have left with the others earlier. I'm gonna die. This is bad. Garp-san, I am also the future of the Marines. You still want to fight, Kuzan? Please be careful against the officers of the Blackbeard pirates. Listen up, all of you. Run at full speed towards the seacoast and we'll be all right. Don't die. Yes, sir. Please, somebody help. Oh no, there's still some kidnapped citizens left. I'll save you. I'm glad we haven't left. You idiot, it's a trap. Oh shit. Oh damn. Take this. Should you? The hoodlum from Impel down? An invisible human. He managed to stab Iron Garp. Garp's weakened. Garp-san, I'm fine. Get to the ship. Don't be conceited, Kobe. He was aiming for me from the start. Garp is weakened. We might be able to take him down. Go. Make our chance to make a big fortune right in front of us. Take him down. Garp's bounty is 3 crowns, the same as the Admiral's. That's about 3 billion berries. Get out of the way, weaklings. Even if you bind both of Garp-san's arms and legs, the likes of you still won't be able to kill him. Ice glove. Oda loves this shit. Oda loves this shit. No matter what, if it's an old dude, it's always going to be something circumstantial to save face. Ice glove. Make you my student. Don't steal my freedom. Go and learn from the Marine instructors. I already learned what I can from them and aim for the next level. Please make me your student. Shut up and get lost. Don't use hockey, otherwise it won't be training. I can't use it anyway. My son became a revolutionary. Damn it, huh? Damn, we getting some exposition. A little bit. My grandson said that he'll become a pirate. I won't allow it. Not my problem. Hey, Kuzan, let's eat some snacks. I'm busy right now, and I'm an admiral, you know. Bring out the tea. Looks like you've raised quite the troublesome enemy. You're excommunicated. You're excommunicated, you foolish student. Wow. Yeah. Vice Admiral Garp. Your hope of escaping is slim, you bastards. Oh my God. Listen, Kobe, I'm getting tired of you. Kobe, I'm getting tired of you. You compromised, Garp. You haven't done shit this entire time. You just been screaming the entire time. Come on, Kobe. Damn. This is Hachinosu. If you poke it, tons of pirates will come out. You think your ship that left from the coast is safe? Don't underestimate the power of the island fruit. Yeah. Where's Kobe-senpai? I'm sorry, I was just dead weight. He'll come back soon. What's that? I'm glad you're okay. When you read the newspaper, it's all Blackbeard this, Blackbeard that. We also want our names to be known. The headline for tomorrow's newspaper will be this. Yeah. The renowned Vice Admiral Garp, accompanied by some young elite troops who attempted to rescue the hero of the Marines, Kobe. were tragically exterminated at Pirate Island by the terrifying power of the captain of the fourth ship of the Blackbeard Pirates, Avalo Pizarro. No, please stop. Everyone is there, including people who aren't Marines. Kobe, don't lose your composure. Keep the same energy y'all had for Ace and Marineford for Kobe here. Ooh,
That's a fact. That's a fact. Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I don't know how I feel about it.
That's a fact. That was crazy. That's like you gotta think about it. Kobe was orphaned, met Luffy. Luffy inspired him to go achieve his dream. Turns around, finds out his grandfather is one of the greatest Marines. Gets trained by him. Has this new father figure who's pretty much officially makes Kobe and Luffy pretty much brothers in a sense because of their relationship, on top of Garp pretty much having the one son that actually wants to follow in his specific footsteps in Kobe, and you know, Luffy being Garp's actual grandson. And you know what I mean? Like Kobe was pretty much orphaned, captured, forced to be like a pirate's chore boy, and then turned his life around by meeting a pirate that saved his life from other pirates. You know,
I don't know how I feel about it. It's like Garp isn't down yet. However, if Aokiji wasn't there, he'd be fine. I think we got to give Shuri some credit here. But for Kobe, he's supposed to be the observation master. I'm annoyed. They jumping an old man. Shameful. Y'all niggas. Shameful.
Old man.
Shameful. Y'all listen. Y'all the ones that said nobody will be able to touch the old man. Now it's shameful.
Nah,
So
I don't think it's shameful. I think he had to get hopped. I think him getting jumped was the only way of them having a chance against Garp. It's like Zoro being hurt pretty much for the full pre-time skip until we got Chopper. He pretty much was that cut across his chest affected him all the way up until like the end of Alabasta. Like he you know what I mean, he was still like not fully healed from it. So it's
Zaki need some apologies after the day. Apologies for what, Zaki? Does Aokiji have ACOG? Hold on. I don't want my old man to die. I don't think he's gonna die. I think he's gonna get captured though. I think he's gonna
I'm just getting started and I need to save money. Inkfile gave me the best service for the best price.
As a freelancer, the low
gonna get captured.
I definitely said that after my read through. This makes it seem like a setup as if like Garp's gonna get captured instead, and it just doesn't have like, if that happens, I think that
people and their love for Garp or love for old men, right? Straight 1v1, you know, Garp got it. How the fuck? I think Garp Extreme Div takes out Kiji.
okay. My bad, it disconnected, I guess, for a second.
You think old Garp
Got me nervous.
takes out Kiji Extreme Diff? I guess agree to disagree. I can see, you know what? I can see high diff. I can see high diff. Like Garp, I think no matter what, because of the situation, how you gonna say Garp loses mid diff when he's fighting 4v1? Because no matter what, Oda is always gonna make these old men go out favorably. He said it. He said as much. He's always gonna make them go out favorably. If Rayleigh ever
That's a
dies,
fact.
if Rayleigh ever dies, y'all think Shiri was good after that? He was on his knees, but he wasn't knocked out, right? Looks like he's on his ass, but he's not knocked out. After point blank attack, it shows that he can take a punch. Well, 4v1 Garp loses high diff. I mean, I think most people are gonna take damage from an unguarded punch from Garp. Oh man, I want to get some different perspectives on this. Matt, if you're around, you want to pull up, let me know, bro. Let me know if you want to pull up, bro. Let me know if you want to pull up. I hope Sengoku gets there on time. I hope Garp doesn't die. I hope he doesn't die.
Yeah, same
I
here.
don't know how you can say somebody that takes a point blank attack from Garp and gets up laughing is a bum. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what y'all talking about. Anybody that can take a point blank attack from Garp and get up laughing, how
yeah.
can you call them a bum? You say Admiral's not so hot now? Oh wing, oh wing, oh wing. I think just this one page, this one page alone is enough for me to say niggas that think Admirals, or the niggas that say Admirals rely too much on devil fruit. This one page. Every time they say that, send them to 1087, page 1. Every time you say that. Like, of course it's gonna fucking hurt. It's Garp. Listen, imagine, right? Imagine if Garp hit Shiryu with that punch point blank, right? Point blank, and Shiryu did not even...
I feel him right now because we spent the whole first half of this chapter explaining that Garp's training is punching battleships with no hockey, or obviously Garp doesn't have a devil fruit, but no hockey, no devil fruit, just pure muscle strength, him punching you know what I mean? So like, there is no way that you can say something like that now, because if somebody can actually take a punch from him.
Man, this is why the Marines are trash. Roger clears. Come on, G. It's time for a Kingu collab. I think if anything, I want to see how Cole feels about Garp now. Garp hasn't changed. Like, Garp, his position for me hasn't changed. Top 3, top 4 all time, and right now it's still top 15. He said Shiryu did not get up. Nigga, this is literally the next panel. Only stocks that went down is both you and King of Lightning hate Garp. Nigga, I do not hate Garp. Other admirals can't get credit for the work Kuzan put in. I do have Kuzan above the other admirals, right? But bro, Shitty is in the middle of getting up. Yeah, I'm like, this is literally the next panel after getting hit point blank by Garp. Like, he's sitting down or kneeling down. It's hard to say, but it looks like he's about to get back up, huh? You still believe Aokiji beats Garp even after this chapter? I think clearly. Again, Rago agrees OG admirals built different. Wait, when did I not agree with that? Is there a time where I ever said these guys are over Aokiji and Akainu? Have I ever put Fujitora or Green Bull over Kizaru? Al Hoss with another 5th. Shout out to my guy, Al Hawes, appreciate you, my G. Appreciate you, my G. Aokiji having a top 10 to 15 devil fruit and having hands near the level of Garp is actually crazy. Whoever said Garp would have killed like Akainu Marine 4, this chapter gonna hurt. Akainu hasn't showed anything outside of his magma devil fruit. Bro. Like, I hate this stupid ass argument where if we did not see it, that means it doesn't exist. Oh, Aokiji has not showed anything outside of his magma devil fruit, but he beat somebody that has hands close to Garp without devil fruit or hockey. But he beat that guy. All the admirals are fucking monsters, man. That's
a great point right
there. All the
there.
admirals are monsters. No disrespect, Brock, but after this chapter, Aokiji over Garp would be a very, very hot take.
He's just going through chats and stuff, so we're gonna see who. Maybe we'll see what's going on with agenda piece.
On the last rendition of Agenda Peace, Vivi D. Nefertari escaped due to the helping hand of our agenda lord, Big News Morgans. But then Oda decided to drop a bombshell on us. The Gorosei and their names, including our lovely grandpappy, Saint J. Garcia Saturn. We've got the names of the Gorosei. We've got the divisions that they're responsible for. But on top of that, we got a huge reveal as well. Emu's name is possibly Saint Emu Narona. We're getting answers. Things are getting spicy. The Seraphim have been deployed. Figureland has been announced, meaning Mihawk's world's strongest title is in jeopardy. Agenda pieces at an all-time high. Find out on the next rendition of Agenda Peace.
Can it be your faith in? Do 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 do. I can't. I love Agenda Piece.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy, it's the Don, it's the Godfather, it's the future Hall of Famer, JD Legend, the Saint himself, back again. Bring you guys and gals a live reaction to One Piece, chapter 1087. Sorry, I mean something. That's very ratty of me. But chapter 1087, it has been a month. I was eating some cheese. I apologize. It's been a month since we've had Agenda Piece. It's been a month since we've had One Piece. It's been a long hiatus. We've gone through so many different things. We had Recon's Reverie. God bless Brother Recon. If you have not watched his Reverie, please go and do so. But
by the way, I'm going to be doing a Reverie watch through, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to see that.
we've missed Agenda Piece. We've missed you, Oda, but you had a well-deserved break because all you did was give us joy. For all these months,
Preach.
you deserved a break. So now it's
Preach.
time for us to get back to our ratty behavior, to get back to our agendas.
Preach.
Me, obviously, I got the homies in the chat, got the big family, and I'm also waiting for my music because I need to get.
Getting an LLC for your business doesn't have to look like this. Just Google LLC Taylor Brands. It's totally easy. You pick a
Get the music up there. It's been so long. I'm just out of practice. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little bit out of practice. And we do need a rat emo. We need a special rat emo from Ratatouille. Okay, so I think is the volume too loud? I think it is. Yeah, it's way too loud. That's better. That's so much better. Okay, so here we are. I was a bit rusty, but we're here. We're here with the merry band. With the merry band of rats. So without further ado,
The merry band of
last
rats.
chapter of One Piece, as you saw from the preview. Emu Narona? Mihawk's a fraud? Figureland? Seraphim? Big News Morgans are Rat Lord? My grandpappy's a warrior god? Goro says names? But I was also told Agenda Piece hasn't stopped after the break. I heard I might get my joy back. So in case y'all don't know, that thing right there, that's my suit. If we need it, it'll come. But for now, we got the uniform.
For now, we got the uniform.
So we're here. No spoilers in the chat, please. My mods will ban you. My mods are toxic. They will ban you. They will. I got my own Seraphim in the chat.
I got my own Seraphim in the chat.
It's funny. So here we go. It's time. Let's read this. Let's read this chat. Man, I don't even got the chat for up. I am so out of practice, chat. It's unreal. Hold on. Let me go to go get my link. Said I'm gonna need the suit. Okay, we'll see if I need the suit. We'll see. Ace feeding a capybara that's smoking a cigar. Ace heating up a bath for some capybara. Okay. Honestly, I respect. I like that. That's a nice little cover page. I like that. Okay, here we are. Ship scrapey yard. Navy branch G1. Battleship bags? You mean like punching bags? What is this? Now that you mention it, it does look like their armored hulls have been caved in with punches. Who did this? Bruv. Scrapyard. All right, listen. They put it together. I'm sorry. All right. Look. All right, I'm rusty. Whatever, bro. All right, just leave me alone.
Scrapyard. Dude. Yo,
All right.
his chat's always roasting him. It's hilarious.
They're never gonna let me go. Reading is hard. It's over. It's over.
Reading is hard.
It's over. It's over. Whatever, chat. Leave me alone. All right. Vice Admiral Garp, ever since his youth, he made this his daily routine. Huh? He's still doing it? What about the second one? That's Aokiji's handiwork. The former admiral was Garp's protege. The rules were no hockey or fruit abilities allowed while working on the battleship bags. Bruv. Think about how hard-bodied you have to be.
Facts.
Think about how hard-bodied you have to be to just be in battleships.
You know what I'm saying? Just punching him.
This Gargoyle is moving me. He don't have punching. He's punching shit. He's hard
Body.
No hockey. Bro, no hockey. This nigga's not. No hockey.
Yep.
No fruit. Just hands.
Straight hands.
Just
Oh.
unfiltered hands. And you niggas telling me God not that nigga unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I'm only dead in battleships without hockey. So just bone and muscle, my nigga. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you know these things are coated with sea stone, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Y'all know these are coated with sea stone.
Yo, I didn't even bring that up, but yup. It's crazy. He's crazy.
Y'all not hearing me today. Y'all not hearing me today.
Y'all not hearing me today.
Y'all not hearing me today. Respect Aokiji. I agree. Respect Aokiji. Respect Aokiji. You're right. Garb haters are not real people.
Garb haters are not.
Oh, you're in shambles. I'm sorry.
Garb haters are not real people.
You saved Aokiji life. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
Listen, I don't wanna hear that
God.
debate no more.
Oh, God.
It just goes to show that no one's born a hero. It's a strength you have to earn. That title was not fraudulent either. Oh, this PR is fake. This Garp PR is lovely.
Yup.
This PR.
You know what I'm saying? The fraud master himself saying it's not fraud, it's not fraud.
He said San Juan Wolf fly. This nigga is washing the
Blackbeard Pirates beating they ass.
He threw San Juan Wolf, nigga.
In the ocean.
We'll drown.
How?
This nigga washing San Juan off screen. He off screen that nigga. This PR is fabulous. He threw that nigga in the ocean. Oh, this is different. So this is the legendary hero. Heavy drinker earth fire. Okay, so Vasco shot is shooting fire. And it explodes and it's burning people. Pirate jack-o'-lantern. Ow, hot, stop. You bastard, are you trying to destroy the pirate island? Okay, so this is I think this is Pizarro. Alvaro Pizarro, because he has like the island fruit, so that's why he has the eyes. Okay, I see it. So everyone is burning. If the town burns down, Captain Teach will kill us all. He's totally outnumbered and he isn't even flinching. What a terrifying geezer. Come in, Vice Admiral Garp. The wounded and all the slaves have been rescued on the wounded and all the rescued slaves are on board. We're setting sail. Hibari, hang in there. We need to thaw out the frozen people slow. Oh my goodness. Is Captain Kobe okay? You can pull out when you're ready. We're done here. Kobe, Gris, Helmeppo, it's time to go. Yes, sir. Hachinosu lives up to his reputation. There's no end to all of these pirates. Like I said, I can't just let you leave, Garp-san. Okay, so I'm not surprised. Hibari got washed by Aokiji. That's normal. I shouldn't have gone with the others. We're doomed. Hey, Garp-san, am I also the future of the Marines?
With the price of just about everything inflating these days, you may wonder why Mint is deflating the price of Mint.
You still want to go, Kuzan? We can't underestimate the Titanic captains. Huff, huff. Listen, you three. Listen up, you three. Head straight to the coast and you'll be fine. Don't die on me, you hear? Yes, sir. Someone help. Yahaha. Oh no, they still have a hostage. I'm coming. We almost left you behind. Kobe, it's a trap, you idiot. Oh no.
He just saw Shiryu get stabbed, this man. Garp, no. Yo, his chat is the funniest, yo. I swear. I swear to God, his chat is hilarious. I need my chat to get like that. Eventually, one day. One day we'll be like that, right, chat? In these live streams. About halfway through this. Come on. Uh, what is your opinion, my guy? Hey to everybody who just popped in. Don't forget to hit a sub.
To every Kobe fan out there, run for your lives. If you thought my kid slander was bad, if you thought my kid, look at this camera, put this camera on me. If you thought my kid slander was bad, you ain't seen shit. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Kid slander.
Kid, this was hope. We hoped kid would turn out right. The consequences of kids' actions are minuscule in the grand scheme of things. But this is unforgivable. This is unforgivable because it is Mickey Mouse, pink-haired bastard. I gotta watch my goat die and suffer.
Nah, chill out. He's not gonna die.
For all the PR, all the W's.
Nah, yeah.
This is how he goes out.
Nah. I hope not, but nah.
Because Yoke, everyone's like, oh my God, Kobe's observation hockey is different. He can sense the emotions of people. Where's your observation hockey now, nigga? Where is it? We needed it, nigga. Observation hockey, really?
Word. Where was it?
Kobe top 30 my ass.
I think he's top 10. Nah, I'm lying. I think he's 31 if anything.
The fact that Shiryu was invisible.
Maybe 40.
You couldn't see it. But Garp, who's like 90 million years old, was able to step in. I'm so sick of this nigga. And to anybody that's gonna be like, oh, I feel bad for Kobe. I don't. At all. It was stupid. Oh, we forgot one person. My nigga. Nigga said, they said Kobe was beating Boa. I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. I'm just exhausted. I can't. You know, honestly, I was having one of the best days. I was having one of the best mornings. I woke up with joy. Jordan Henderson's leaving Liverpool. I had elite joy. Honestly, I've just been at peace. The therapy has been, I've been going to therapy. It's been fantastic. Henderson's leaving. Things are going well, and then I read this nonsense. I'm rattled. My day is ruined. I can't believe this. I was having a great day, and now I'm upset. I'm upset. All right, we just got to keep reading. I have to push through this, but I'm rattled. I'm gonna tell my therapist all about this. I say, you know, this is pink-haired bastard named Kobe. Sullying the great name of the great Kobe Bean Bryant. How dare he? I'm just gonna continue. Man, he put that right through his gut too, man. Oh, that's a kill blow. What? And then Garp, eat this. Shiryu. Oh, the punk from Impel down. Oh, Shiryu kind of took that punch though. Eat this, Shiryu. Foo. That punk from Impel down. Whoa, he was invisible. And Shiryu, he stabbed Iron Garp. He's been weakened. Garp-san, this is nothing. Go to the ship. But it's my fault. You were protecting me. Don't flatter yourself, Kobe. I was in his sights the whole time. Garp's vulnerable. We might be able to take him out now. Killing him is an instant ticket to wealth and glory. Get him. He's got a 3-crown bounty, same as an admiral. That's around 3 billion barrels. Out of my way, small fry. You guys wouldn't stand a chance, even if we bound both his arms and legs. Ice glove. Oh, flashback. It's time. It's flashback time. It's flashback time. Take you on as a disciple. Things. Learn from one of the Navy instructors. They've taught me all they can. I'm ready for the next level. Make me your disciple. Get lost. Look at young Garp. Look at young Garp, man. Look at young Garp. I love it. Remember, no hockey. This is training. I couldn't use it even if I wanted to. Ouch, man. Look at them. Look at how big those shits are compared to
them. Yep.
He's literally just punching it straight. How? My son became a revolutionary. Damn it. Thud. Bam. Bam.
Overwatch, I have him. Listen up. An American operative is missing.
Day after day, during the snow, the night, morning time. And now my grandson says he's gonna be a pirate. I won't stand for it. Why are you telling me? Look at Aokiji. Kuzan, let's go get a bite to eat. I'm an admiral now, remember? I'm busy. Some tea then. Come on. You have a habit of raising enemies. We're through my boneheaded pupil. Oh, look at that panel. Look at that panel. Is that a Conqueror's Clash?
Yeah.
Is that Conquerors? It's definitely from Garp. We know Garp has Conquerors.
Conquerors, yeah.
Was that Kuzan too?
Yeah, Kuzan.
Agenda says yes. That's a Conqueror's Clash. Just from Garp? Either way. That big punch, Vice Admiral Garp. Nyah. You bastards aren't getting away. This is Hachinosu Island. You should have poked the pirate hive if you didn't want to get sworn. You think your friends are safe just because they set sail? Don't underestimate my island fruit. Pant pant. Hibari. Where's Kobe-san? I'm sorry, all I did was get in the way. He'll be right behind us. I'm glad you're safe. Okay, what the heck is that? All you see in the papers is...
Be right back. It's not like anybody's here, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's finish JD Legend. That's to say.
This and Blackbeard that. It's high time we got a crack at the spotlight. Tomorrow's headlines are going to read: Vice Admiral Garb and his squad of rising stars failed to rescue the hero Kobe. Oh my goodness. Alvaro Pizarro, 4th captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, uses awesome new power to crush their foolish plan. No, don't do it. Please, there are innocent civilians on board. Kobe, don't lose your head. Justice will prevail. Interesting. And that's how it ends.
Let's see what agenda are you cooking right now? Come on, Jay. What agenda are you cooking right now? That's that agenda face. That's that rat face right there.
Someone's gonna come in and save them. Someone's gonna come in and save them.
Yup. And that's why we're here. Agenda. For the agenda.
There has to be.
Or there's somebody on the ship that didn't get off.
Someone has to be. Bogart, Smoker, like, if it's Bogart, Steve-O might be up. That's all I'm saying. Somebody gotta save him. I don't know who it is.
He just said Smoker though? Imagine Smokers on the ship. Smokers on the ship.
But somebody gotta save him.
Or SSG.
You have a habit of raising enemies. Yeah, you're right. That line did kind of hurt me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. His son a revolutionary.
His grandson's a pirate. Aokiji turned into a pirate.
Honestly,
Kobe's technically a part of Shield. Or Sword.
For Smoker stocks and my respect for Smoker to go up exponentially. If Smoker pull up and do something, my Smoker's land will end permanently. If he pulls up here, it'll end. It will end completely. Pizarro got his own agenda. He said, I'm tired of Blackbeard getting clout. I need this clout.
Yeah. That's a fact. He's like, I need something, some recognition.
It's a great chapter to come back to. Garp with a folded Akainu like a lawn chair. And I think it's time that we stop kidding ourselves and stop lying. Garp would have folded Akainu like a lawn chair.
Yep.
At Marineford.
At Marineford. 100%.
Discussion anymore.
100%.
We had old man Garp 2 years removed from Marineford fighting half of the Blackbeard pirates, throwing San Juan Wolf into the ocean while fighting Aokiji.
Preach.
And you want to tell me Akainu, who is overly reliant on his devil fruit, and they say I don't read. Okay. All right. They say I don't read. They say I don't read the stories. They say I don't. That's funny. Aokiji would have won if no one interrupted. LOL. Me when I lie. Me when I lie. That's what it is. That's what that sounds like. Me when I lie. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, the agenda's up. We win again. The rats are out. We here.
I'm saying agenda peace.
We're cooking. We're back. Oda, I see it. I see what he's doing. I see it. I feel it. He's cooking. He's cooking. I feel it.
That was a great agenda piece right there. Let me see if I can find a short one. I think I'm just gonna call it a day. Thank you for everybody that stopped in. Really appreciate it. Definitely gonna be doing a lot more live streams very soon, and gonna start breaking down my live streams to regular content as well, so you guys don't have to watch or sit through a full live stream. So I just want to thank everybody and everybody that will probably watch this in the future, and I hope you guys have a good day, time, night, whenever